There's a whole bunch of cleaning going on. What a mean Yahweh. If we only did things His way, and if we, in our lives, and if we are already married and we can't undo a situation, but you can do in the spirit what it's too late to do in the physical. Just because your parents flopped in marriage and they're a poor witness doesn't mean you got to toss your life down the can. You could be something. You could be somebody. You could be the preacher and the proclamator and the proclaimer and the witness and the light of and the city that is set on a hill that your mom and dad never were. That's called breaking the generational curse. Breaking the generational curse is not just coming up on Sunday mornings. Pastor, I've got demoniacs following me. Where? Right on my tail. What kind of demons? Demons, family demons, mommy demons, grandma demons, generational curse. And you got the pastor casting out demons of generational curses. Problem is, they come back next week, the same demons are coming to the altar. Well, what happened from last week to this week? The pastor had a week to get that person into Torah and into obedience and get him clean. Instead of getting him clean, they went through a religious rigmarole and some glossolalia and thought that they were delivering that person from demons of generational curses. The best way to break a generational curse is get into obedience to Yahweh, into the obedience that your parents never achieved.
Right.
Get clean. The word of Yahweh says in Yaakov, submit yourselves to Yahweh, resist the devil, and then he'll flee from you. It doesn't say resist the devil. So in the traditional Sunday system, how does the bride get ready? I bind you, Satan, Satan, I bind you, I claim your name, I bind you, I curse you, you wicked devil, you can't touch me. In the meantime, not only is the devil touching him, he's eating their tuna fish.
That's right.
You can't touch me, I bind you, I bind you, I loose you, I loose you. I send you to Africa, I send you to Alaska, I put you in Siberia, I bind you before the time. Glory to God, I put you in chains. Is that what the word of Yahweh tells us to do? It says no. It says submit yourselves to Yahweh, meaning obedience, Torah, and then you could resist any devil, including the big dude, S.A.T.
That's right.
But see, they leave out that part. The first part of Yaakov 2 is, Yaakov 4:4, is submit yourselves to Yahweh. Then you could resist through prepare by resisting. The problem with the start of Christianity is they're resisting, but they're not prepared. How do they prepare? I can't deal with that Jewish legalism. Can you deal with loving Torah? What a mean Yahweh. No financial pressure. Do things His way. Everybody living in harmony. And the first year, instead of chasing each other's flesh, can I come in? Where are you coming? What do you want to come in for? Oh, I just want to watch a video. Do you mind if I slip into something comfortable? Slip. I wasn't talking about slipping. Food. Let's get food. Let's order food. Now's a good time to order food. It's a joke, man. Because when we do it Yahweh's way, we go into what? Eruzin, and we don't see our we're legally betrothed. You cannot undo it. It's a legal binding betrothal. It's like being married, but we don't see each other. The husband and the bride and the bridegroom don't see each other for another year. So we don't have that temptation right in front of us. Yahweh is brilliant. Yahweh's wisdom is all-encompassing. It is beyond understanding. It is beyond comprehension. It is out of this world, somebody.
Yes.
Amen.
Do you have the guts to come to me or one of the elders and say, hey, I want you to choose my spouse? Man, I guarantee you'll never know divorce. Because if I know you're walking in Torah and you're walking in obedience and you're walking in the covenant, I'm not going to hook you up with a guy who comes to shul once every 2 months and brings your spiritual life down and brings you to the point where you're unequally yoked.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about.
Are you willing to trust me? Because when you trust me, you're trusting Yahweh. I can care less. I'm not getting a fee. If you come to me for shedukim or shetach, I'm not going to get a commission. Me and Miriam started negotiating in the lobby last week, but I couldn't get a commission out of it. I tried to weasel my way in, but with getting a commission to try to hook Miriam up right there in the back, but I couldn't do it. So I mean, are you that bold? Are you that Torah? Are you, I mean, that's a time where it's good to be a Torah terrorist. I am so radical for Torah, Rabbi. I've given up on this dating, courting thing. It's gotten me in trouble. It's gotten me in hooks and chains. Rabbi, I want a wife. You pick me a wife. But guess what? I'm not going to pick a wife for you and put you with a woman that you can drag down, or a man that you can drag down until I see both of you equally yoked in the spirit.
May take a year.
Turn to your neighbor and say, that makes sense. Turn to your neighbor and say, that makes perfect sense. Now what happens for the year, brothers and sisters? The bride and the bridegroom do not what? See each other. There's no temptation. And so the bridegroom is getting ready, and the bride is getting ready. Getting ready for what? Getting ready for what? For the wedding. When does the wedding start? We don't know. Notice. In Greco-Roman Western culture, what do we do with the wedding? Not just invitations. Invitations, lindo, grande, con pinturas. Pinturitas. Wedding, catering, calling, arranging, planning. They're with me. Now he says, my goodness gracious, in Hebraic wedding, there's no wedding day. Oh, you're confusing me, man. No wedding day, no date, no time, no RSVP. In Hebraic wedding, the eruzin becomes a wedding or a nesiyun. Part 3, nesiyun. In eruzin becomes a nesiyun whenever the bridegroom shows up. And Yeshua says, no man knows the day or the hour when I'm coming for my bride, because you are Israel. If we were a historic church and we were Gentiles and we weren't part of the Commonwealth of Israel, we'd know the exact time, because Yeshua would rain down a heavenly fax by heavenly union, and we would know the exact time and hour in which to show up for the official wedding, or the nisiyun. We go from what? Shedukim to eruzim to nesiyun. Or in Hebrew they say, in Yiddish they say, duhat naches. You ever hear the word naches? What is the word naches? Wedding. Joy. A naches or a chasana. The Yiddish word is a chasana or a naches. Naches is what? The Yiddish word for joy. What does it mean to have joy? To have a wedding. Amen? So, the nisiyun is done whenever the bridegroom returns. Whenever the bridegroom returns from preparing his father's house for you. That's how you got to be prepared. Because there's no date, there's no time, there's no place, there's no reserved seating. You don't know when the bridegroom is going to show up. And Yeshua said in Matthew 25, watch and be ready, for your bridegroom, your master, cometh at an hour that you think not. This is neat stuff. Why does Yeshua not tell us the day and the hour of his coming? He wants us to prepare ourselves. If the historic Christian church is right, and you don't have to clean yourself according to Yahweh's Torah, then the only way you can clean yourself is greater grace. Well, how do I get greater grace? You've got to go to Yahweh and ask for grace. Well, if you've got to go to Yahweh and ask for grace, you're not preparing yourself. You're just in a religious spin cycle where you think you're getting saved every 2.5 minutes. Turn to your neighbor and say, that's a religious spin cycle. You ever put your laundry in a spin cycle and it's like, and it's like, oh man, when is this stuff going to be ready? Right? When is it going to be ready? And Yeshua's up there going, my children are spinning, spinning, spinning. When are they going to get ready? And the only way to get ready is the way the bridegroom gets ready, through obedience to his father's Torah. Who chose Yeshua's bride? Was it Yeshua? Did Yeshua choose his own bride? No. He allowed Abba Yahweh to choose his bride. Why do we not prepare ourselves the way Yahshua is preparing himself, through obedience to the Father? So then, who is the bride of Yeshua? Who is the real bride of Yahweh? The one who is willing to prepare themselves. Revelation 19:7. Someone's getting this. Huh?
Yes.
Oh, man. So, the Nisiyun is the next stage of marital process. The father releases, listen, the father of the groom releases the groom to go fetch his bride. When the groom leaves the father's house, there's a great processional. Typically, this processional occurs at night. Yeshua said the coming of the master will be as a thief in the night. That doesn't mean secret rapture. It means Yeshua's coming in the night. That's what it means. Some night. Why? So he can light up the night sky. And every eye will see him, even those who pierced him. Revelation 1:6 and through 1:9. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So listen, in the Hebraic wedding, before the Nisiyun can take place, what is a Nisiyun? The third stage, or the actual what? Marriage. When does it take place? Nobody knows. Because nobody knows when the father's house is fully prepared for the bride. Nobody knows. Do you know that the father's house is ready for you, Sergio? You don't know that. Yeshua's been getting it ready for 2,000 years. And you know why it may not be ready? Because there may be other people of your friends and family that he's preparing to put in other rooms, adjoining rooms, adjacent rooms, and getting everybody in one house. One house? One house? Yeah, one house. So what is Yahweh's plan in heaven? To put everybody in one house. Where have I heard that before? He takes the two houses and makes them echad. He takes Ephraim and Yehudah and makes them echad. So isn't that neat that in the Father's house are many abiding places, but there's only one house. It's Papa's house. Historic Christianity says, but I don't want to get ready. I'm saved. Yahweh says, well, I still got some more room. I got more room for a bride that will make herself ready. Turn to your neighbor and say, make yourself ready. I mean, this is incredible stuff. Notice, in the Hebraic wedding, when we go from Erusin to Nesiyun, what date does the wedding take place? What time? Nobody knows. Does the son know? The son doesn't know. The father says, okay, my house is ready, son. You've made all the preparations. I release you. I'm sending you to go fetch your bride. So next time someone goes, Raul, I'm talking to you now. Give me your P.O. box because I have a new book. Gold have told me he's coming in February 2010. Gold? Road? Told? What gold? Gold? Come back to me. I'll give you my P.O. box when Yahweh tells you. And Yahweh's not going to tell you because Raul is a man. Are you a man, Raul? No man knows the day or the hour. So if somebody's trying to sell you a book for $9.99 that's going to clue you in on the day or the hour, and by knowing the day or the hour of Mashiach's return, you'll get ready, run from that book like you'd run from an envelope of anthrax.
It'll kill you. It'll kill you.
But he'll sure make money. He'll sure take your credit card. How many people sell books that the law was going to come in 1989, then they didn't come, they went to the bank, they're laughing all the way to the bank, you're crying, you're confused, you're mixed up, and you're falling out of religion. And they never get, these folks never get on TV and apologize to misleading thousands of people. If I did something wrong and I misleaded the sheep of Yahweh, I would want to get on TV and take the opportunity and seize the moment to somehow apologize for my misdeeds and my misinformation. So don't give me your P.O. box, brother. Because Yahweh doesn't give us the date. His bride doesn't need a date. His bride doesn't need an hour. His bride does not need to know anything except how to get prepared, because we don't know the day or the hour of the bridegroom's return. Amen, somebody.
Amen.
So we're going to enter the Nisiyun, and the processional starts. The father says, son, it's ready. The son says, now. The father says, now. The Nisiyun doesn't take place when the invitations go out, when FedEx delivers the mail. The Nisiyun goes out only when the Father says the house is ready. Yeshua, all the planning has been done. In the Hebraic wedding, listen, the processional starts at night. All the friends of the groom, the other attendants, carry large torches through the street which illuminate the path. There is great noise, clattering as the processional moves toward the destination. Okay, so in the Hebraic wedding, the bride doesn't have a clue this is happening. Are you with me? The bride is clueless. Turn to your neighbor and say, the bride is clueless. Turn to your neighbor and say, that's you, you're clueless. If you can tell me when Yeshua is coming, I know that you don't understand the word of Yahweh. No one knows when he's coming. All right? So your spiritual antenna should go up when someone claims to know when he's coming. Now, turn to 1 Thessalonians 4. Like the Hebraic wedding, our bridegroom, Yeshua HaMoshiach, will descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel Malach, and the trump of Yahweh, the shofar will sound. Go to 1 Thessalonians. He's coming at night with great torch, great light. Who is the light of the world? Yeshua said in Yochanan 8:12, I am the light of the world. He that follows me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So how did the bridegroom come to get his bride? Through a light processional. Turn to your neighbor and say, a light processional. Light processional doesn't mean without calories. It means it was full of torches and full of light. And the bride had no idea when the bridegroom was coming. And the only way for the bride to get ready was to separate the common from the clean. And the only book that tells you how to separate the common from the clean is the Torah. So don't come to me and tell me you don't need Torah, because without Torah you don't know what is clean, you don't know what is common, for there is no chapter in the Brit Hadashah that tells you what is unclean. Not one. Not one. You won't find a list of clean and unclean foods in the Brit Hadashah. You won't. If the only way you can prepare yourself is by being clean and separating from the common, you're going to have a list, a checklist, a working knowledge of what is clean and what is common. And the only way to get that list is get into the Torah and get the Torah into you, and you use those things that Yahweh has given you to prepare yourself, and you prepare yourself regardless of when he comes. This is a bride here that's prepared. Right here in Miami Beach. This is a bride that's prepared. Because you're not using the utensils of your last Sunday's shepherd. You are using the only measuring stick by which we know tahor from tam. Clean from unclean. Are you with me? 1 Thessalonians 4:16. Because the Master himself will come down from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the Malach HaGadol, and with the shofar of Elohim, and the Mavet, the dead in Moshiach will rise. That's the bride that needs to be resurrected. Then we who are alive, that's the bride that needs to be changed. Do I believe in the change? Absolutely. I believe when Yeshua comes, this bride is going to get changed. I don't believe in a rapture. I believe in the changing of the living